Hi, this is Bill Russell from CrossFit Cleveland in Rocky River, Ohio, here with your workout details for Friday. I'm going to start out with an 8-minute warm-up. You're going to climb a ladder by 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7 reps of each, as high as you can climb the ladder in 8 minutes of butt kickers, right and left, lying leg raises with a hip thrust, and 1 inchworm into shoulder taps, right and left. So the shoulder taps are the reps that go up by 1 each round. You'll do 1 inchworm to get yourself in the pike position, and then that first round you'll do 1 shoulder tap right and left, and then 2 butt kickers, 2 lying leg raises, and 2 shoulder taps right and left from the pike position. Again for 8 minutes. Workout today is a real crowd favorite, especially for Fridays, deck of cards. It's the first time we've done deck of cards on a virtual, online, at-home workout. So if you're in the class, you just need to show up and work. If you're at home, you're going to need to get a deck of cards and shuffle them up really well. And as you turn a card, the suit determines the exercise and the number on the card determines the reps. Tens, jacks, queens, and kings are all 10 reps. Aces are a specific exercise separate from your suit. So the hearts are hollow rock and rolls, a hollow rock plus a hollow roll. Diamonds are dips, either on a chair or a bench or on the floor. Clubs are sumo deadlift high pulls with a kettlebell, dumbbell, or a rucksack or gym bag. And spades are shoulder taps from the piked position, like you were doing in the warm-up. If you have an issue with shoulder taps from a pike position, you can do them from the plank position. Aces, and there are 4 of them, scattered pretty much evenly throughout the deck. You'll do high pogos for 60 seconds and count your reps. Or you can do double unders if you have a rope and the height in your house. And each of the 2 jokers, you'll do max burpees in 90 seconds. And you'll have about a 30-second rest after each joker. Your cool down is 2 to 3 rounds of a 60-second plank hold, followed by 30 good mornings. So based on how much time you have left after the workout, do at least 2 rounds, a third if you're able. As always, we have a video demonstration of the movements to follow, starting with the 3 movements in the warm-up, and then the workout movements, and then the cool-down movements to end. So when you're ready, start turning cards, and 3, 2, 1, go. Have a great Friday.
Butt kickers, just get your legs up and down, right, left is 1. If that's too much for you, step it back, just get moving, right? Get the blood flowing. Lying leg raises with a hip thrust. So if you have a kettlebell or a ball or a dumbbell, something to hold on to, or your chair, you preferably to be holding on to something. So the chair is a little bit flimsy, but I'm going to show you what it looks like anyways on the chair for you, those of you who don't have anything solid to hold on to. You could use a dining room table leg. Let's get creative with this, guys. All right, right here, we're back into that hollow, up, thrust, and lower it back down slowly. Right here, if you can, hold it nice and tight. If you need to put your legs down, that's okay. But try to give it a good pause up at the top, okay? Up, pause, and down, pause. Now I'm going to demonstrate an inchworm. So for your inchworm, you want to think about going nice and slow. It's not going to be fast. I'm going to start with my body in the plank position. You're right here. This is a little tricky on my carpet because my feet are trying to slip a little bit. So you're just going to move your feet in nice and slow as far as you go. Maybe it's here, maybe it's a little further in, or not even that far in. You're going to then walk it out, back into that plank position. The next time you go, still moving nice and slow, you want to see if you can get your feet a little bit closer to your hands. You can see that I'm out of room here, so I'm going to walk myself back. You can do this in place, or if you have room, you can just keep on walking.
Hollow rock and rolls. That's where we put a hollow rock and a hollow roll together. So first I'll demonstrate a hollow rock. I like to find my hollow by lifting my legs up in the air so my lower back is flat on the ground. And I'm going to reach for my toes. Then I'm going to lower my legs and my arms to get into a gymnastic hollow position. Lower back on the ground, and I rock. 1, 2, 3. The range of that rock is not as important as focusing on keeping maximum tension through your core. So a rock is like a rocking chair. A hollow roll is like you were rolling over. Same hollow position. Back and forth. 1, 2, 3. Try to drive that movement from your core, not swinging your arms and legs around, but staying nice and tight. So a hollow rock and roll, and if you haven't done these before, they're much harder than they look, and they're very good for strengthening your core. I'm going to rock, and then I'm going to roll. That's 1 rep. Rock, and roll. If you can do more than 4 or 5 of those in a row, you're probably not being tight enough. So it's more important to have maximum tension through your core, maintaining that hollow position.
All right, your dips. So we're obviously doing home workout, so we're gonna, if you have a chair or a bench, a picnic bench, you know, if you have a picnic table, that kind of bench is a perfect height. If you're doing it on a chair, just be careful, make sure it doesn't have rollers on it. But so you're gonna just come right here, keep your hips back by the surface, and just down and up. If that's too easy for you, you wanna make it a little more challenging, take your feet further away, but keep your hips back by the surface that you're at, not out here, okay? This is gonna let me get deeper into my triceps. The next thing I'm gonna show you is if you want a challenge, and these are a little more challenging than I expected, but if you don't have a surface or you wanna try something new, you can do these on the ground. So put your arms behind you, have your hands facing you, and I'm kind of leaning down a little bit to give a little bit more depth into it. And now I am doing dips, and believe it or not, this is a lot harder than it looks.
I'm going to demonstrate Sumo Deadlift high pulls. If you have a barbell, I'm going to demonstrate this with a jungbong or a piece of PVC. I'm going to take a wider stance, sumo stance. My hands are about 4 to 6 inches apart. The ending position is going to be elbows out to the sides, the bar right under my chin, my wrist relatively neutral. I'm not curling up like this, coming up underneath and right back down. Start from the deadlift position with an empty bar or PVC, just about mid-shin. I'm going to drive up and explosively extend my hips, shrug up and right back down. Up and right back down. Up and right back down. A kettlebell sumo deadlift high pull. Now hold the kettlebell, both hands, wide stance, come down where your wrist is about mid-shin. You don't necessarily need to touch the floor unless you have a large, heavy kettlebell. So I'm going to be down, drive up, right under my chin, and right back down. Avoid an early pull. Don't pull with your arms. Make sure you drive with your legs and hips. Make sure you get everything out of that hip and leg extension before you pull up underneath your chin. If you don't have a kettlebell, a dumbbell will work. Holding that one dumbbell with both hands. Remember, your elbows are going to be out to the sides. Down, drive up, and back down. Same movement pattern as rowing, except you're standing up. Big muscles, medium-sized muscles, then the little muscles, and then return. It's a sumo deadlift, high pull. Shoulder taps, right and left is 1 rep. Do it from that same top of the push-up position. Stay nice and square, nice and hollow. Right and left is 1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Not so bad if you're doing 10 or 20, but if you do 100, you'll feel it. Double unders, if you have a rope, or you can do ropeless doubles. So if you know how to do doubles, you know that you jump a little bit higher, or sometimes quite a bit higher. So you're going to do a high pogo. So instead of low, you're going to, and think you're doing doubles, and pretend that you're spinning the rope twice. It'll get your heart rate up just the same. You'll actually do more of those consecutively than you would with a rope if you're not that good with doubles. So your heart rate will go up, and that's what we want.
I'm going to show you a couple different versions of a burpee. So we do a chest to ground. So you're just going to come down, get your body to the ground, push up. Think about getting your feet nice and wide so you can stand up and jump. If that's too much for you and you want to, that pop back and pop forward is too much, just step it back. Anything you can do, just step it back, come on down, right? And then step it wide again, nice and wide. Give me a little pop.
I'm going to demonstrate a good old-fashioned plank hold. And if you'd like, you can add some weight today. An easy way to add weight to your plank when you don't have somebody to put something on your back is a rucksack. Just watch that it doesn't slide up into your neck. I want to keep it low, right over my belt line. Get onto my forearms, come up into a hollow, and hold. What I want you to avoid is don't let your hips sag. Ooh, this is not healthy for your lower back. You should be straight or in a little bit of a hollow. And hold that for as long as you can.
Body weight good mornings. You're going to take these, your feet are just hip distance apart, and you're going to take your hips and you're going to move them back, keeping your head neutral and just slowly feeling that through your hamstrings. If you have at home a broomstick, or you want, I hope you have a broomstick. If you want a broomstick, you can put the broom on the back of and just do it that way. But it's not really necessary.